All right, joining me today is Richie Smullen, who fights Ivan Buchinger at Oktagon 77. That fight is on October 4th. That's this weekend. Now, Richie, I want to start here. You fought for pretty much every fight promotion you could, right? Cage Warriors back in the Ami days, the Ultimate Fighter, the UFC, Bellator. You landed here at Octagon, make a debut in front of 15,000 people. What sort of was what drew you to this promotion?
Yeah, I am. It's crazy. I've seen the things they're doing. I watched my teammate Will Fleury. I see the shows. Then I see this Eden show they do, the end of the year show they do. Like 40, 50,000 people is absolutely crazy. That's stuff that live in your mind forever. You know what I mean? It's dreams. And I was given the opportunity. I actually had loads of opportunities. I had Brave, I had PFL, I had a few options. But Octagon was the top. Like my manager Pedro even said, like, what do you want for the rest of your career? Auckland do the biggest things, the biggest shows, the best stadiums, the best memories of your life.
I love it. Now, I've talked to Will about this too, and at first he thought there was going to be, kind of a hostile crowd, going into Germany fighting Germans, going into Bratislava and fighting Ivan Buchinger. How did the
That might be
fans?
a little bit hot.
We'll talk about that in a second. How did the fans take you in the first one? Because then he said it was completely the opposite. That they actually loved the Irish fighter.
See, in my first fight, Barbaric wasn't from Germany, so you could actually see in the video the crowd was cheering for me. I had a few people over, and like maybe they started and the whole crowd took over. And I think it was in the second round when I was elbowing him. I could just hear my name being chanted in the arena. It was surreal, to be honest with you. Now I think Bratislava will be different. I think I'm find a proper hometown guy there.
You fought all over the place. Obviously, you've gotten pretty much every situation. You've had a pretty storied career. How do you feel about being the villain in a foreign land? Is that for you? Do you love that kind of stuff?
I don't even think about it. It's me and Ivan, and the best man's gonna win. So I don't think the crowd makes too much of a difference. I've had it the opposite way when I've been like the hometown fighter in the Tree Arena in Dublin, fighting the away guy. I think this will be the first time I've been the proper away guy in this kind of stadium atmosphere.
I love it. I love it. Well, no better time right now than to get that feeling because, obviously the Octagon lightweight division right now is a little bit in flux too, right? Because we've got Kita who signed with the UFC, drops the belt. It's kind of just sitting there waiting for somebody to pick it up. Is that sharp on your mind right now with the fight with Bookinger? Or are we one track
Yeah.
mind with the fight?
Well, I'm not looking past Ivan. Be honest with you, I think me and Ivan should be for the belt because it is vacant, but it isn't. The Ivan's number one, I'm number four, I think. So I thought here it could have been for the belt, and it would have been magical to fight for the belt this early in the Octagon career. But yeah, I'm not looking past Ivan, but yeah, the belt is next. The belt is next when I get this victory.
And do you have a whole bunch of people who you're like kind of eyeing as the next opponent, or are we premature with that right now?
I don't mind who's next. I'm not the matchmaker. I don't have that kind of power. Whoever it is, whether it's 145 or 155, it's all the same to me. I'm just looking to win now. Saturday in Bratislava, and then Andre, Pavel, whoever makes the call can pick who's next. I don't really mind. It's all
Nice.
the same. You're good enough to beat them all, or you're not.
And so you mentioned 45 in there too, and I was going to ask you about that. Is that a possible future for you here in Octagon in addition to lightweight? Do you plan on doing them both? Do you plan on, maybe doing one for a while and dropping back down? Is it just sort of about opportunity?
Um, well, I haven't really thought about it, to be honest with you. I would like to do both. Stay busy, do both. Like neither are that strenuous for me. Like I'm fresh now. I'm fighting in what I'm weighing in 3 days. I'm super fresh, so it's not an issue. Both weight classes, not an issue.
I like it. Now let's talk about, we talked a little bit about being the villain, but it's not just being the villain here with Bookinger because obviously he's got some past history with Irish MMA with your gym too. Way back in the day, Connor took his belt from him in Cage Warriors and then, obviously went on to all that he went on to. Is it kind of like a perfect encapsulation moment that you're getting to, I don't know, kind of play the spoiler on Bookinger again?
No, I don't even think about it, to be honest with you. It's like he is the biggest name in Octagon. He's the biggest name I can fight. All eyes will be on this Saturday night. Like he's Cage Warriors champ, M1 Global champ. He's double Octagon champion. Like the man's a legend. So like that's what I want. I want these big fights. I don't want to be fighting, not to say nobodies, but I want these big fights like Ivan and whoever's next. I want the big fights where all eyes are on it and there's legend status after this kind of thing. The guy has 55 or 60 pro fights. Like it's mental.
And so, I gotta ask too, because then when Octagon signed you and they gave you Boric in the first fight, you pick up a win. Were you expecting that this is what they were gonna come next week? Did you think legend status fight second, or did you think we were gonna have to do a couple more before somebody like Bookinger?
Oh, well, if you can remember, they had matched Barbaric to fight me on June 28th, but then like 2 weeks before the fight, they announced Barbaric versus Buchinger for October 4th. So they obviously thought Barbaric was going to steamroll me or something like that. I says, all right then. So it said like to have a name ready after you win. So like, fuck it. I beat Barbaric. I'm calling out Ivan. That's the biggest fight there is. Like, that's what it was. That's the only reason it came to my mind, to be honest with you. But they had my previous opponent matched the fight when he was scheduled to fight me, like I was some bum or something like that.
And did you expect to get it though? Is sort of the bigger question though, because the fighters call out big fights all the time. You're pretty new to the promotion. Did you think that they were just gonna flip you around and give you Bookie?
I wasn't too sure to be honest with you, but like the Barbaric fight was quite not one-sided, but like I finished him impressively as well. So how can you really build that fight coming off a loss and Ivan's coming off a few wins? It's very hard to build that. So it made more sense to give it to me, in my opinion. Now then with the champion Oktagon, I was like, fuck it, let's just try get the belt as well, but that didn't happen.
Oh, I love the try anyway. So let's talk about this fight from a stylistic perspective too. Obviously no shortage of footage on him, as you mentioned, 60 fights or something like that. In his most recent fights, it seems like the aggression hasn't died in this guy yet, despite the fact that, he's kind of got some wear on the tires. How do you feel like your style pairs with his stylistically?
To be honest with you, I watched them. I watched this fight with Barbaric. But I actually watched that before I fought Vocho. I watched his last two when he fought that German guy Nafuku, and then he fought someone else. I can't remember his name. It's a Slovakian name or Czech name as well. I watched them. I think our styles are quite similar. Like he's very fond of the grappling as well. So he likes to come forward. I had to come forward, so I can imagine two of us car crashing in the middle of that cage, and then it'll be going from there. But I'm not going backwards. Mark my words on that.
Well, that
And
leads me perfectly. Yeah, that that leads me perfectly to my last question. You say you're not taking a step backwards. You love that he brings that style too. Give me a prediction. How's this one end come October 4th?
I think it ends the same as Barbaric. I think a really tough first round. I think then the end of the second, I start to wear on him, and I'll be looking for the TKO in the second round as well. Late
Ah,
second, early third TKO is my prediction.
all right, you heard it here first, folks. This is Dan Richie Smullen who fights Ivan Buchinger at Octagon 77. Once again, that fight this weekend, October 4th. Richie, thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it.
Guys, thanks for speaking to me, and I'll speak to you very soon.